aboyandhisdogs here playing Hexcells Plus, moving on to the final puzzle, 6-5. It's like the final boss. So 6-6 is just essentially a credit screen, it's not really an actual puzzle. So this is a long and big puzzle. Let's see if we can't get a perfect. Alright, we'll take care of some of the easy ones first. If you have a question about any of these easier moves, feel free to make a comment and I'll be happy to explain. Alright. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3. So these two will be blue no matter which direction we go in for that bracketed 5. Alright, we have another bracketed 5 over here, so let's count down from the one that's already selected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these two can be eliminated. Alright, so that 2 has the 2 already for it. We have the 2 for that one. We've solved for the 4. Alright, so there's only going to be 1 in this row because 6 minus the 5 that's already there is 1. We have our bracketed 2 already. Alright, so 7 minus 5 is 2. We know that 2 of these are going to be blue. And we know that one of these two will have to be eliminated for this 2 to work, so we can definitely mark that one as safe. Alright. Go ahead and mark these is done. So in this column we already have our 2, so we can eliminate the rest of these down here. Alright, so for this -2, we know that's going to be safe. Alright, and so we know only one of these is going to be blue for this 1 to work. So for this 3, we know that this one has to be blue. We have our 2 there. Okay, let's take a look here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the rest of those are blue. We have our 2 there. And deselect our 7. Okay, for the 6, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've solved for that 4. Alright, so for this area, we know there's only going to be 3 blue. 9 minus the 6 that are over on this side is 3. And we know that one of these 2 will have to be blue for this 3 to work, so we can eliminate this last one. Okay, so for this row, we know there's only going to be 2. 5 minus that 3 is 2. We have our 2, so we can eliminate the rest there. For this row, the 2 have to be together, so we know we can eliminate this one. And this middle one will be blue no matter which direction we go in for that bracketed 2. We now have our 2 for that, so we can eliminate these 2. Alright, so for this one we have 4 already. We know 2 of these will be blue. Alright, let's take a look over here. We have 1. Okay. Alright, so we have this 3, that's going to be blue. Alright, now let's take a look at this 3 and this column with 4. We already have 3, so only one more and this whole column is going to be blue. And we have, for this area of 3, that would mean that one of these 2 is going to have to be blue, and only one. So we have 1, that one has to be blue, and then the rest of these can be eliminated. We still can't figure out which one of those is going to be blue quite yet. Okay, so we've solved for that column. And also, because we know one of those 2 is going to be blue, we can also eliminate this top one up here. Alright, in this column we already have our 2 selected. We can eliminate the rest there. Okay, so for this one we have 1, 2, 3. One of these is going to be blue for the 4. And we know one of these is going to have to be blue for that 5 to work, so we can eliminate these 3. Alright, so for this 3 we have 1, 2, 3. We can eliminate those. Let's take a look at the 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the rest of these are blue. We have our 2 there. We've solved for that column. Alright, so we can mark off that one. Let's take a look at the column with 1. For this one, we know that one of these 2 is going to have to be blue for this to work. So we can eliminate the rest of these since they won't be blue. 1, 2, we've got our 3. That's going to be blue. So for this one, we have 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. One of those will be blue for that. Alright, so this one has a blue next to it. We can eliminate that. Alright, let's take a look at this row. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those last 2 are blue. Okay. Let's take a look at this column. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we know that only one of these 2 is going to be blue for that 2. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that doesn't quite work. So over on the right, if we look at this column here, there's 5 and there's, so that leaves only 1 in this row, so we can eliminate the rest there. Alright, so let's take a look at this 6. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've solved that. We have our 2 now. Solved for our 4. Alright, so we only have 1 more left. One of those 2 has to be blue. Let's see here. have 1, 2. Where will our third one be? Alright, so we solved for this area, and now if we look at this column, it's a bracketed 5, so we know these 3 have to be blue for that 5 to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just double checking. We can eliminate those top 2. Okay, so for this 3, we know that these 2 will have to be blue, because for this one, only one of these 2 will end up having to be blue for that 3. And also because that we know we can eliminate these top 2. Alright, we have 1, 2. One of those will make that 3. We can eliminate these right around here. Can now solve for that 3. Alright, for that 3, there's only 3 we can select, so we know those are going to be that. Alright, if we take a look at this column, we have 8 down here. So that means there'll be 3 in this segment here, and we already have 3. Has to be a space for that 2. One, two, three. Only one of these is going to be the fourth one. Alright, so 4 minus 2 is 2, so only one more between these 3. So we have 1, 2, 3. We know the fourth is going to be in here. We can eliminate these 2. So for our bracketed 5, we can delete that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 2 will overlap now. And we have our 2 there. Solve for our 4. 1, 2, 3. Now we have our 5. Okay, there's only going to be 1 in this column. 7 minus 6 is 1. We can eliminate that one. In this column there's only going to be 2. We can eliminate that one. For this one there'll be 3 here. Only one of these 2 can be blue for that 3, so we know this one will definitely be blue. Got 4, 5, 6. We know one of those will have to be blue. Making that 7, so we can eliminate this one. For that dash 3, we know that's going to be blue. Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We can eliminate these 3. Look at this 3. There's only 3 we can select, so those will be blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we can't quite solve for that one yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's take a look at this 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So only one will have to be eliminated from that area. Alright, let's go take a look at this 2. We have one here. That means one of these 2 will have to be blue. And since there's only one for this segment, we can eliminate this bottom one. So we've solved for the 2 now. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've solved for our 4. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Only one of these is going to be blue for that 4. And for this 3, there's only one more left that's needed. We know it will exist in these 4, so we can eliminate this one, and this one. Solving our 3 and our 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 in that row. Let's go ahead and deselect some of these ones that we've already solved. Alright, so let's take a look at the 7 again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that could be selected. So we know only one can be here. So if we do a recount, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we know these 2 are going to be blue. For the 7, we have our 2 there now. Okay, we solved for our 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The rest of those are blue. Solving for the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have our 4 there now. Alright, so let's take a look at this 3. We already have 2, which means there's only one more left. Now for this 3, one of these 2 will have to be blue for that 3 to work, because even if this was 1, 2, both those couldn't be eliminated because then that 3 wouldn't work. So we can eliminate this one over here. And because only one of these is going to be blue, we know that these 2 will have to be blue for that 3. We have our 2 there. And then we can select for our 2 there. Let's take a look at some of these new ones. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so only one of these will be blue for the 5. And for this 6, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So one of these 2 will be blue for that 6. So we can eliminate these 2 for that 5. Let's take a look at this 6 here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still quite a bit. Let's look at this cross section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can eliminate this last one. So we now have our 3. Let's deselect that one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just do one more recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can eliminate these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's look at this row. Well, we solved for the 5. We'll deselect that one. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just do a recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And we'll take a look at this row now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only one of these will be blue. So that'll be 6. So this one will have to be blue for that to be 7. We'll recount that one more time just to make sure. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so we have solved for this row. We can eliminate that last one there. We have 1, 2, 3. Okay. Just doing a quick scan here. Alright, so if we take a look at this 2, we have 1 here already, so there's only going to be one more left. Now if we take a look at this row, we have 3, so that means 2 will be in this row. So at the very least, one of these 2 will have to be blue for this 2. So it could be outside of the scope, it could be here. But that would mean that one of these 2 would have to be blue for this 5 to work. And that would solve this 2. So we can eliminate these 3 here. And we have solved for that row. We'll deselect that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let's take a look at this column here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can mark these last 2 as blue. We now have our 1, 2 for that. We can eliminate those 2, solving our 2. Now solved our 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so for this 4 we have 1, 2. Only one of these can be blue. That'll be 3, making this last one blue. Alright, so for here we have our 2. We can eliminate those 2. We've solved for our 6 up there. We'll deselect that one. Let's count this row out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me just do one more recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These 2 will be blue. Alright, for this row we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can eliminate the rest of these, solving our 6. For this row we have 1, 2, 3. We can eliminate these others. Alright, for this column we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We can eliminate the rest of these yellows. Alright, so now for this bracketed 3, we have 1, 2. That has to be 3. We have our 3 there. We can eliminate that one. Looking at this column, we have our 4 now, so we can eliminate these last 2. Let's take a look at this column with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do one more recount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 2 will be blue. Take a look at this 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we solved for that row. Let's count these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of those will be 6. 1, 2, 3. So 2 will exist over here. Alright, we've solved for the 8. let's take a look here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We solve for that 7. So I deselected this 3 a little early. So we have 1, 2, 3. So we can eliminate this one down here. Let's take a look at the 6 again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so one of those will be blue. Alright, so let's take a look up at this column here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those will have to be blue. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can eliminate that one. That also helps us solve for the 5. Alright, let's take a look at this column. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We can eliminate these last 2. Deselect some of those other ones. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Getting pretty close. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We can eliminate that last one. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Getting it perfect and the final boss. Alright, and if you got perfects throughout all the puzzles up to this point, you'll get an achievement for perfectionists, and you'll get that once you go out to the main menu. Well, actually, I forgot. We have to go on to the credits. We'll go ahead and take a look at 6-6. Alright, so they made it. I guess they actually made it a puzzle. In the first Hexcells game, it was just you filled everything out and it was going to be fine. Alright, the first and last letters use 16 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. Let's do the easy ones first. Zeros, get those out of the way. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, 2 there. I like that they made this one a puzzle this time. Alright, so for this row we have 1, 2. We know one of these will be blue, so that'll be 3, so we can eliminate these 2 and this one. Let's see. Let's take a look here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we can't really do that one yet. Alright, the first and last letters use 16 hexes, so let's count this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've used 10. That means 6 will be over in the F. And we know at least one has to be eliminated from here. So that would be 4. So we'll have 4, 5, 6. So we know that we can eliminate these 2 based off of that. One of the letters contains no hexes. I have a feeling it's the I. So we know this contains a hex. We still don't know quite if this one contains a hex yet. And we know the rest. So it's one of the 2 I's that don't have any hexes selected. Vowels use 5 hexes in total. Okay. Let's count the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so since the values use 5 hexes in total, the only one that has 5 hexes in total would be this I. So all these will be blue. That means we can eliminate the rest of these for that I. Alright. So for that row, we know only one more is going to be blue for the 5. In this row, let's take a look. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Let's count this row out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that one we definitely can't do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Alright, so for this row, we have 1, 2. So we know this one's going to be blue for the 3. Bracketed 2, we know this one down here is going to be eliminated. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The rest of these will be blue down here. Bracketed 2, that will have to be blue. Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Not quite there yet. Okay, so we've solved for that 3. So 6 minus 3 is 3. We have 1, 2, 3. These two will be blue. Alright, 7 minus 3 is 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this range. Okay, so we have our 2 here now. Let's kill those off. So now we know these two will be blue for that 7. We've solved for our 1. Alright, since there has to be a space, we know this one can't be selected blue. So for here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can eliminate those 2. We now have our 3 there. Now have our 2 there. And looking up at the top, since we have none remaining, we can eliminate the last one. Getting a perfect on the credit screen. Alright, now we achieved the perfectionist achievement. Well, thank you all for watching the videos through this series. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop me a line. And we're going to move on to Hexcells Infinite next. I highly recommend Hexcells Plus. It's been great. The first one was a little bit too easy, and Hexcells Plus definitely kicked it up a notch. It was a lot more challenging and rewarding to get through. So anyways, if you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and hope to see you next time.